My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. We break down every single fight card. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. Then we have what could potentially be fight of the night. We have two really exciting guys that are always busy and always looking to make something happen. We have Kyler Phillips versus Marcelo Rojo. Kyler Phillips, 9-2 overall. He's 4-1 in his last 5, coming off an awesome fight, a loss, but an awesome fight against Julian Paiva. Marcelo Rojo is 16-7 overall. He's 3-2 in his last 5, coming off a short notice loss to Charles Jourdain in his UFC debut. Kyler Phillips is a very diverse striker. He's a well-rounded fighter overall. He can strike, he can grapple. His feet are always moving, and that's what makes him pretty difficult to hit and take down. Most of the time, Kyler does a very good job mixing things up, but he is willing to slug it out to put on a show, and that can be a problem. 3 out of his 4 official UFC fights have had performance of the night bonuses, including his last fight, which was that loss to Julian Paiva. And if you look at the stats for that fight, it looks like he won. He had more strikes, he had more takedowns, but in reality, he gave up takedowns at really bad times. He made a couple really poor decisions, and his fight IQ, he had some questionable decisions in that fight, which is what led to the decision loss. Marcelo Rojo is coming off the loss to Charles Jourdain, but let's not forget that he took that fight on short notice, and it was up a weight class. That was at 145 when he is a 135-pounder. We also can't forget that he was winning that fight. So he was winning that fight early. Ultimately, he gassed big time, and he got stopped. But he did have success in that fight. He's a very exciting fighter. He comes forward with solid pressure. He's got really good hands. His offensive wrestling can use a little bit of work, but his defensive wrestling is pretty solid. And theoretically, this should be an easy pick, right? Kyler will have the more technical striking. He'll definitely be the better grappler. But the reality is he made mistakes in his last fight, which cost him the win. And it makes me question what he may do in this fight if things get a little tough. If he makes those same mistakes against a very game Rojo, he could find himself in some trouble because Marcelo Rojo has a knack for sneaking out late and surprising wins. So I do think Kyler gets this done. He gets it done with his offensive wrestling and his 3 takedown per fight average, but he will need to be on point and not overextend on anything. I do expect a back and forth fight, and I will likely put a plus 3.5 bet on Rojo when all of the props drop. And if you don't know what that is, basically you buy a round on the judges' scorecard, because I do think this will be a close fight. I think they will go at it. Marcelo Rojo is incredibly tough. I don't expect him to gas in this fight because he'll have a full camp. And if I buy 1 round on the judges' scorecard, all he needs to do is win 1 actual round. And he's such a game fighter, he could take a round from Kyler Phillips, especially if Kyler makes some of those poor decisions. Or another inside the distance decision, no action, because Marcelo Rojo can catch people in random spots even when he's losing. So if you grab yourself a wins inside the distance decision, no action, again, if Marcelo Rojo pulls it off, gets himself a finish, you get paid. If he loses a decision, well, you get a refund. It's no big deal. And both of those prop bets, you're only going to get if you go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 5 different betting partners. Bet Online is the partner that offers those cushioned prop bets, those safety net prop bets. So go there, make a deposit. Let me know after you do, and I will send you $50 as a thank you. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, $50 from me to you as a thank you for supporting us and our partners.